I was 40 when I was in hospital. My mother was feeding me. My father and nurses were taking me to the toilet. I couldn't walk properly, obviously, so to my mind, you don't get much lower than that at 40 years of age. You're a baby. You can't do anything for yourself. I couldn't wait to get out of the place. 7 weeks in a hospital. The psychiatrist didn't want to let me out. She kind of felt that I was a danger to myself and maybe other people. But I was very fortunate that the guy that I thought had turned his back on me was there with me. And another very good friend of mine was there, and they convinced the psychiatrist to actually let me leave. I just wanted to get home. A split second it took for my life to change when I was 14, losing my grandfather. And now I couldn't walk. So it took a split second for me to make that change. The doctors had said, again, for the second time in my life, if you drink, you die. You cannot drink. This time, I had more important things on my mind than drinking. I had to walk. So, in that split second, I changed my life. I said I would never drink again. And I meant that. My intention was to become fit and healthy and never drink again. Never live unconsciously again. Not go through that routine of life. The pain of walking and getting over it actually did make me appreciate walking. And I began to appreciate and be grateful for being able to walk and life itself. And I hadn't been like that in a long time. When I went back to see the doctor the first time in the hospital, and he took my bloods, and he said, well, your bloods are fine. All the readings are fine. He said, what have you been doing? I said, well, exactly what you told me to do. And he was like, wow, well, keep on doing what you're doing. That's what I intend to. So the next time I saw him, he said the same thing, very much. We discussed things, and I then said, well, I'm going to start training now, I'm going to put on muscle, and he said, well, I think you're going to have a problem there, because your liver is so damaged, you will have difficulty gaining muscle. And I said, I'll prove you wrong. I mean, that to me was a challenge, because that was still my mindset at the time. And he said, I'm sorry. I said, I'll prove you wrong. And he looked at me and he said, I hope you do. Because I've written this down, and it's very different when we write things down, because it's obviously the person reading its interpretation of what I'm writing. But he actually smiled and said, I hope you do. And I said, I will. So I went back and forth to the local hospital in my stig, and I didn't see the head specialist, if you like, for a couple of years. But I saw the doctors that worked for him, and everyone was just like, this is amazing, and we'll keep doing what you're doing. And I was explaining how much better life had become, and everyone, I think, was very happy with what was going on, what was happening. So this whole thing of me cycling and loving life and genuinely enjoying walking, enjoying being in the sun, enjoying what I'm doing, living it and loving it, it became who I am. And when I went back to see the doctor, the main man, just a couple of years ago now, all that competition had gone. And he looked at me and he said, you're looking fit. And I said, oh, thank you. I am quite fit. We didn't talk much about anything other than, well, obviously you're not drinking, but the basics. We started talking about marathons and cycling. And he started saying, you've got nothing to prove. I said, yeah, but I did. I don't know who to now in reflection. I'm not sure who to, because I'm not really sure who was watching. But I did have many things, and not just to myself, to the world. I was angry at the world. I wanted to prove everyone wrong, because people were saying to me, how long is it now? 12 months? 18 months? They're so fixated on drinking. Not about the fact that you're changing your life. So whatever your issue is, you can change it. You can change it like that. If you really want to. Then you do the work. The decision and understanding what it is your problem, your issue, you can change it. But I think what I did there, I got a real respect for the care that I had with the NHS. Absolutely incredible. And that hasn't changed because we have coronavirus. I just think they're amazing. I understand that it's very difficult and it's more dangerous now. But I've always had that. With the last 10 years, I suppose, because before that I didn't really know what was going on. But amazing people. Incredible people. I think life has become such a good place to be that, and what I've achieved in it, I've earned the right to choose. If I didn't have it before, then I've earned the right to choose what goes on with me and my life. And everyone deserves that right to choose what's going on in their lives. I didn't listen to people, and it got me into a bad place. And then I didn't listen to people, and it got me in a very good place. Because instead of being unconscious, I'm now conscious, and I wouldn't accept what I was being told. So I went out there and I turned all the negativity and the energy I was wasting on being so down on life, and I flipped it. And I started using it all in a positive way. So I went from not being able to walk to doing over 35,000 miles on a bike in 5 years. It's amazing what we can achieve if we just make that decision and we set our minds to it and we move forward every day. Just a small step moving forward. Going to the gym in the first instance, that was overcoming myself. Not caring about what people thought of me being 10.5 stone walking into a gym. Because if I'd done that, then I wouldn't be where I am today. I'm lucky I had friends that would support me. Maybe not everyone is so fortunate. There are people that can help. As I said in the previous video, we just have to overcome ourselves and ask for that help. It's out there.